Welcome to Math Mojo. Today we're going to be talking about fractions, more specifically adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So let's start with the definition. Unlike denominators is when two or more fractions have a different denominator. So we have right over here, we have 1 over 4, and then we have 3 over 6 and 6 over 7. As you can see, the denominator for all three fractions are different, which means they're all unlike denominators. Now let's start off with adding fractions with unlike denominators. So step 1, find a common multiple of the denominators. So for our first example, we have 3 over 4 plus 1 over 6. We can't add these straight through because the denominators are not the same. So we need to find a common multiple. So looking at 4, the multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. And now let's try for our 6 common multiples. So we start with 6, 12, and as you can see, we have hit a common multiple. So that means our common multiple for 4 and 6 is 12 and 12. So we can start off by writing our 3 over 4 fraction over here. And we just found out that our denominator is 12. So that will be over there. And now we have to figure out what our numerator is. And the way to do that is we have to look at how we got to 12. So 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. So what we do to the bottom of a fraction, we must also do to the top. So we're going to also multiply our numerator by 3, and that's going to give us 9. So we've now converted our fraction from 3 over 4 to 9 over 12. And we're going to do the same thing for 1 over 6. And we already know that our numerator is 12 because it's the common multiple. And now how do we get from 6 to 12? We multiplied by 2. So we're going to do the same thing to the top of our fraction, and that's going to give us 2 over 12. And then we can rewrite our question just like this. We can write 9 over 12 plus 2 over 12. Okay, and now step 2 is we just have to add the numerators straight through. So 9 plus 2 right over here, 9 plus 2 gives us 11. So our final answer will be 11 over 12. Okay, now let's try another example. So we have 2 over 7 plus 3 over 5. So let's start off by finding our common multiple. So let's start off with our 5s. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and so on. And then for our 7, we have 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35, and so on. And as you can see, we have hit a common multiple. So we have 35, and we also have 35. So now we can change our fractions. So we're going to do 2 over 7 is equal to 35. And we got to 35 by multiplying by 5. So now we're going to multiply our 2 by 5, which gives us 10. And then we're going to do the same thing for our next fraction, which is 3 over 5 equals, and then we already know our common multiple is 35. And for this one, we multiplied by 7. So we're going to multiply our numerator also by 7, which gives us 21. And now we just have to add our fractions straight through. So our new question is 10 over 35 plus 21 over 35. And then this is going to give us 31 over 35, and that is our final answer. Okay, now we're going to be subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So our step 1 is also to find a common multiple of our denominators. So over here we have 2 over 3 minus 1 over 4. So we're going to start off with the 3, and we're going to find all the common multiples. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And now for our 4, we have 4, 8, 12, and as you can see, we've already hit our common multiple. We have a 12 here and a 12 here. So now we can start changing our fractions. So we're going to start off with 2 over 3, which is equal to 12 in our denominator. And how we got to 12 is we multiplied 3 by 4. So we're going to do the same thing to our numerator. 2 multiplied by 4 is going to give us 8. And now we're going to do 1 over 4, which is also equal to our common denominator, 12. And we got to 12 this time by multiplying by 3. So we're going to do the same thing to our numerator, multiply by 3, which gives us 3. So now we can make our new equation, which is 8 over 12 minus 3 over 12. So now we can just subtract the numbers straight through. So we get 5 over 12, and that is our final answer. Okay, let's do another example. So over here we have 3 over 7 minus 1 over 14. So let's start off with finding our common denominator for 7. So we have 7, 14, 21, and so on. And then when we look at our second fraction, we can find our common denominator for 14, but since our first multiple of 14 is 14, that means we've already found our common multiple. So that also means that when we're changing our fractions, we don't need to change 1 over 14 since our denominator is already the common multiple that we just found. So we just need to change 3 over 7. So that equals 14. And now how we got to 14 is we multiplied by 2. And now we do the same thing to our numerator, which gives us 6. So 3 multiplied by 2. And now we just have to change it in our equation. So we can write 6 over 14 minus 1 over 14, which is going to give us 5 over 14. And that is our final answer. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and click here for the next video, and we'll see you next time.